So, in the event that you haven't noticed, I only put out 2 videos this month. I said I was going to do weekly videos, but I did not. I partly blame just sort of transitioning to a new environment and having to figure out how I can film in this new space, and also like what does my schedule look like in creating an environment where I'm like being productive. But also I think it was a little too ambitious to do weekly videos, and the one video essay I did put out, while I liked it, I didn't love it and I didn't feel like it was my best work. So it should be posted shortly, if it isn't posted already. I made a schedule for the month of July, and hopefully I will put out 2 large video essays, and I'm really excited about both of them. The first one is going to be about talking about sex, and the other one is going to be about what makes a great video essay. I'm super excited. But just because I didn't have a high level of productivity this month doesn't mean that I don't have a cutting room floor video to share with you. This video comes in 3 parts. The first part being an outtake from a Patrick shoot. I really love this outtake. I hope you like it too. I have an entire video that I made in like the middle of the month that I just decided I didn't like and didn't fully edit or post. So you get that. And I made a highlight reel of David's time on Jeopardy. Sometimes people ask me, Sappho, how do you get people to pledge to your Patreon? And the answer is, you make content that they want to see, and then you Facebook message them, telling them if they give you $1, then they'll get to see the highlight reel you made of them. But I hopefully, those of you who don't know David can enjoy his time on Jeopardy. I think he's such a performer. I think he's quite adorable in it. So I hope you enjoy the cutting room floor video.
Okay, I want to do one more, a little bit wider. Still sounding good?
Yeah.
Great. Whoa!
Oh my fucking god! Whoa! It's a baby robin, guys. Just learning to fly. It's okay. Sorry, I'm afraid of birds. Sorry, I didn't help that. That was a little terrifying. I didn't help that situation.
I thought it was gonna perch on the boom hole
Oh, it's funny.
because you looked away and then it was there.
No, it's really funny. It's okay.
Okay, are you good? Should we cut it so you can catch your breath, or do you want to keep going?
I can keep going, yeah.
Okay, great. All right.
So on Monday, I got to go to a museum I wanted to go to for a while. The Sex Museum. Now, I could list off a laundry list of bizarre things I saw there, like these penis shoes, the entire natural history of sex exhibit, and this clearly well-worn but preserved fursuit mask. Like, they put a fursuit mask in a glass case. And there were some legitimately cool things too, like this robot peep show and the archways to the photography exhibit that look like branches but are really just rope bondage. Also these A+ condoms in the gift shop. What's most striking about the Sex Museum is how feminist the space is. Like, even the most traditional, cliche, straightforward exhibit, the Japanese bondage photography, has long commentary discussing the consent of the models, the possibility that his work was popular because of the exotification of Asian women, and even the fact that one model has made allegations of assault against the photographer last year. And the other big exhibit is just explicitly feminist art about sex. Even the people in the museum were primarily women and couples, which reminded me of an article I read once for a Christian ethics class that talked about how horrible sex shops are and how you, the presumable female reader, will be treated if you go there, which I thought was bullshit because I'd been to one before and it was full of women. Now, this was because the piece was written in the 1990s and the sex shop industry has shifted away from the porn market and towards, the vibrator market. But there's something else that happened in the late 90s, a little show called Sex and the City. Since we've arrived on the 20-year anniversary of the show, we have arrived on the avalanche of hot takes. Right-wingers are saying the show promoted an unhealthy view of relationships. Left-wingers are saying the show was problematic when it came to issues of race and sexual orientation. And they're right. They're all right. The show is deeply problematic. All of the love interests were boring, flat characters. Hell, even the costuming wasn't that good. What was great about Sex and the City was a group of women bluntly talking about sex. Like, the show popularized the rapid vibrator. As much as the show has aged poorly, it talked about sex in all its straightforward awkwardness in a way that none of its clones have been able to accomplish. The Sex Museum was a lot like that. Like, in the way that Sex and the City was a mainstream show and cultural phenomenon, the Sex Museum is a tourist destination, which, when you Google it, the first result is Groupon, and it's covered by the New York Pass. As much as the national discussion around sex has great room for improvement, the culture has shifted for the better as far as women having public space and language to talk about sex. And I, for one, am really happy about that.
From Sharon, Massachusetts, David Kleinman.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You heard how much money Mirza has won here in California. That's about $35,000 in Canadian money, which is not taxable in Canada. Now, that is not a suggestion that if you are considering becoming a Jeopardy contestant, you move across the border right now to establish Canadian revenue. John and David, welcome aboard. Good luck, players. Here we go. David Kleinman, student from Sharon, Massachusetts. You are informally licensed to do what?
To drill bones.
What kind of bone?
Well, last time I did it, I believe they were plastic.
Oh.
But no, my mother's a doctor, and so when I was younger, she would take me all around to these medical conferences. And at one of them, this guy was debuting this new bone drill, and so he said, "Who wants to give it a shot?" And I stepped right up, and I learned to drill, and he gave me a little card that says, "David is licensed to drill." I doubt it would hold up in court, but
You're right. It won't hold up in court.
Blow away for 4.
In this play, Oberon tells Puck, "I know a bank where the wild thyme blows." Mirza?
What is a Midsummer's Night Dream?
No. David?
what is a Midsummer Night's Dream?
Yes, no S on the end of midsummer. Back to you, David.
Pop culture squirrels for 800, please.
June Foray gave voice to this high-flying resident of Frostbite Falls. Again? Mirza?
Who is Rocky?
Yes, the flying squirrel. Hog under this alias. David?
What is a woodchuck?
Woodchuck, wood, yeah.
Blow for 8, please.
This boy who selected vine fruits from the brine. David?
Who is Peter Piper?
Peter Piper is the one. Now the last clue. This husband of Zipporah in the Old Testament. David?
Who is Moses?
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Now Moses, he knows... Oh, gosh. We're going to take a break.
Song for 2,000.
Rob Thomas of this group sang, "Baby, it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely." David?
What is Matchbox 20?
Correct.
Psych for 12, please.
Answer. Daily double. All righty. Are you having a good time, David?
Most certainly.
All right.
Let's wager, pardon me, 2,400.
All right. Here's the clue. It's genetics or upbringing in this classic debate of two words with the same second syllable.
What is nature versus nurture?
That's right. You're at 11,600. Go.
Let's do psych for 16.
In 2013, the American Psychiatric Association dropped subtypes, including paranoid, for this mental disorder. David?
What is schizophrenia?
Yes.
Psych for 2,000, please.
1980s MIT researchers found that carbs must be consumed for this mood-elevating neurotransmitter to be released. Mirza?
What is an endorphin?
No. David?
What is serotonin?
That's it.
Psych for 8, please.
10 images, like the one seen here, are used in this psychological test, first introduced in 1921. David.
What is a Rorschach?
Yeah.
Psych for 4, please.
From the Old English for treasure, this disorder is characterized by the inability to discard things. David?
What is hoarding?
Hoarding is right. All right, 3 players in good shape as we get ready for Final Jeopardy. Here's the category. You're dealing with literary settings. Make your wagers. Who's coming up? Category is a good one, isn't it, for Final? Literary settings. Gentlemen, here's your clue. Ashdown Forest in Sussex inspired this fictional setting for a 1926 collection of stories for children. You have 30 seconds. Good luck. If you remembered some of that literature from your younger days, Winnie the Pooh, look at David. He's got that great poker face, but that enigmatic smile like the Mona Lisa. Why? Did he come up with 100 Acre Wood? He did, and did he risk enough? Yes, he did. What a payday to wrap up the week. David Kleinman, $31,600. Yeah, enjoy.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend. You as well. See you on Monday, we hope.
Promotional consideration provided by Geico.